In the beginning, it sounds like you bought some leads in the beginning, did a lot of those expireds, that sort of thing. How many of those 55,000 leads do you think are purchased? How many of those do you think were
Yeah.
organically driven
I
subsequently?
would say less than 10,000 of them are purchased.
Okay.
One of the things that we also are adamant about is I feel like I'm a bully at the high school or the school cafeteria, holding the kid upside down, trying to shake the coins out of his pocket. When agents join our team, we ask them to upload their database, right? And a lot of times they'll literally put like 50, 100 people in there, and we're like, "Where's the rest of it?" Like, shaking them upside down. Like, I know you have more coins in your pocket. And Dustin on our team, a great example. He put like 100 people in when he first joined, because what we do is we send an email welcoming them to the team to their database. So we say, upload your database. We'll market that you just joined our team, right? And all the benefits of working with the young team. And this is a great way to welcome and celebrate you in this transition into our organization. And so this guy, Dustin, I remember this conversation so clearly. I was like, you have 100 people in your database. Where's the rest of it? He's like, well, I don't really know anyone else. Like, and I'm like, you just got married like a year ago, right? How many people did you have at your wedding? He's like, 250. I'm like, dude, how did you have 250 people at your wedding, yet you only have 100 people in your database? Like, come on, man. Like, where's the rest of it? And you have to really challenge people. And he's like, well, some of them were like my aunts and uncles. It's like, put them in the database. Like,
Right.
why would you not put them in the database? Well, one of my aunts is also a realtor, or their cousin's a realtor, or whatever it is. It's like, who cares? Put them in the database. You never know. Don't make assumptions why people aren't going to work with you. Put them in the database. Let's provide them value, right? And so another way that we build our database is we encourage our team members, and not just the salespeople, but also the operations team members. We have 15 sales, 15 agents, but about 10 operation. And it's like, there are 25 people that help us build our database, that help us get Google 5-star reviews, that like are a distribution channel for the entire organization, that it's really helpful to lean into them. But if you just give them the, benefit of the doubt and say, upload your database, they're going to give you 50 to 100 people, and that's it. When you start challenging them and saying, how many do you have in your phone that are not in your database? How many are you friends with on Facebook that are not on your database? How many people do you have at your wedding, with your kids' schools, with whatever it may be? Go to your email and type in CC :me, ME. It'll show you every email that you're CC'd on. This is a Gmail thing, and it'll show you every single email that you are CC'd on. There are some emails where I'm CC'd with 20, 30 people, right? Like, put them in your database, like leverage forewarn. Most people's emails are ryan.young83 or whatever it is. Like, their name, first name, last name, then go to forewarn, find their phone number. My point is, I heard someone once say, we're more addicted to painkillers than we are vitamins. We would rather buy a lead for $100, $200, $1,000. I don't know what leads cost, right? That converts at 1% or 2%, whatever leads converted now, versus spend a little bit of time to when you get an email and there's 8 other people CC'd on it, to go in and put those emails into your database, right? Like, but we'd rather complain about the leads we're buying that are really expensive, that convert really low, when you have leads right there. And I get all fired up on it, but it's like, it's just such it's so logical to me. And one of the things I'm so proud of is, we do have a 7-figure net income business. It has been for the past probably 5 years now. I've been out of production for 4 of them. And one of the things that I was very apprehensive about was, when I got out of production, would my net income start to drop, right? And while I've been building Fellow for the last few years, the fact that I've built this, this mechanism, this muscle within the young team that is focused on this asset that produces these opportunities, I don't have to spend more money buying more leads. The database produces plenty for us.
So let's talk about that process. So obviously Fellow is a part of that process, but before we talk about Fellow, I want to hear about the manual part of that process. So you got
Yep.
55,000 leads. Obviously somebody's calling these leads. Is it ISAs calling them? Is
Yep.
it the agents on the team calling them? And are you guys doing client events on a regular basis? I know you do a pie event. Yeah, I
Yep.
want to know what the system for nurturing this 55,000 person database is.
So that's kind of the core competency of Fellow. So we have a few mechanisms. So we have the automated mechanism, which is Fellow. And once again, our database, 55,000 contacts, about 45,000 of them have addresses attached. And that's something so we have a very large, when people hear the amount of seller leads or the amount of listing appointments that we do, or the amount of listings that we take, it's a lot easier when I say I have 55,000 contacts in my database and 45,000 of them have addresses. It's a lot easier for me to set listing appointments out of our database. And a lot of our messaging towards our database is seller messaging. And if you go to theyoungteam.com, it's all seller messaging. Get your home value, get a guaranteed offer on your home. It's like you don't find a lot of buyer messaging on what we do. A lot of our buyers are just a byproduct of our listings, right? So we have this automated mechanism, which is Fellow, right? That's engaging and warming up a lot of our database. We do have an ISA model, which I am a huge advocate for. It is really hard to stand up. For us, it has worked really well. I've been through the trials and tribulations over the past 6 years trying to find the right fit. Our ISAs are onshore. They're local, which it just works for us. And they're basically in the database every single day, working through people that are engaging with the marketing that's happening through Fellow. So Fellow's automating the marketing and messaging. And then what we do is we leverage the engagement to have conversations. So basically Fellow kind of takes the top of the funnel, right? And creates all this engagement and warms it up, gets people to raise their hands. Then the ISAs have conversations, what I would consider as more middle of funnel, trying to push them down to the bottom of funnel. They obviously set the appointment for the agents, and our agents are selling 40 plus homes a year. So it's like they're predominantly, when you think of dollar productive activities, they're not doing a significant amount of lead generation. What they're really doing is going on appointments, following up with appointments they've been on that they haven't converted, and working their sphere of influence. And so, it's a model that works really well for us. One of the things I'm really proud of in our model is I'll have some agents this year literally pay in $500,000, and they'll make maybe 300, 275, 300. And some people are like, why would an agent pay you $500,000 to be a part of your team? But I can consistently produce listing appointments for them every week. So we've built a model because of the automation touching the database, the ISAs then intercepting the people that are engaging with the automation. All my agents have to do is go on appointments and talk to their sphere, right? And we give them tools and we hold them accountable to the conversations with their sphere. The funny thing about it is it's not a sexy model. It's like back to the basics, blocking and tackling, the way the real estate industry used to be. You network, you build a database, you talk to your database, and you build your business,
Club Wealth is the only coaching company on the planet that will literally guarantee that you will double your income or make at least an extra $100,000 your first year coaching with us, or we will give you 100% of your investment back. Click the link below, sign up for the appropriate tier level, and let's get you a strategy session today. And I promise you, I 100% guarantee you, promise you that you will walk away with a heart full of gratitude for the time that we took for you, because you got so much value out of that call. Schedule your strategy session today. I promise you'll be glad you did.